Hey everybody, I want to tell you this awesome dream that I just had, like probably yesterday or the day before that, or even today. I mean, I don't even keep track. That's why I make these videos, is just to keep track of my dreams and vision, okay? And it's some powerful dream, right? Everything that God shared with me is something powerful and very interesting, right? So this dream is dealing with this world about the symbol of the yin yang, okay? There's some deep thing with this yin yang, okay? Deep truth about this yin yang, okay? And this dream, it started out with me in this society, and I was able to see the filth, which is the sin of this world, the cursed state of humanity, which is death, sin, and destruction, right? And I saw, the way of life, right? I saw the way of life, and I was part of this, destruction, death, filth, this world, this cursed world, cursed body, flesh, whatever, right? In this society, I was walking around, and then I was in this room, with a group of people, and I was evangelizing to them. I was explaining the whole thing. I was like, you can't earn your way to heaven, okay? The the only way you're going to get to heaven is through faith in the blood, okay? Through Jesus, faith in Jesus, okay? You gotta do things to initial your step of faith, okay? Like give all your riches. That's the step of faith. You gotta do it, okay? God is saying it's all about faith. It's not about the works. It's about the faith, okay? But the work will initiate the faith. But the work will earn you credits. It don't get you to go to heaven is because we are of sin, okay? It's not the works, the good works that not allow us to go in. It's the sin that's keeping us not to go into heaven, okay? So God is saying, when you do it, do it from the bottom of your heart, do it with intention, and so I was telling them, here's the window, jump out there with faith, as if you on a high building. I'm not saying literally, but I'm just metaphoring, like a leap of faith. Jump out there, like you have faith that God will take care of you, and you'll be okay. And you go just out there because you trust God, and you go on limb for God, right? So all the people that accept my message, okay, receive the Holy Spirit, jump through this window of faith, opportunity, the rapture, okay? And I was talking about, there was three category, okay? The one that are kings and priests that are evangelizing, getting things from God and reaching to the lost. That are the kings and priests. When you're getting educated, and then you go out there and try to be a fisherman. Okay, God say we're going to be fishermen. Okay, the ones that are just accepting God and just the newbies, okay, and then there's the innocent, okay, like little kids and little children. So I was trying to, this one, the innocents going in, and I was like, kings and priests, check out my other video, I was trying to fetch people, okay, of this world. Half of, we'll say 30 people, we'll say about 30 people jump through the window, okay? I supposedly 30 people follow me and receive eternal life because they believe, in God, and I was sent by God, right? So what happened was, the scene changed. The I'm gonna show you this yin yang I drew. This was the angel, the watchers. They're called the angels. Read the book of Enoch, and they were born into a state of perfection, no flaw, right? We were in other side born with flaw, with sin, with corruption. But out of this area, so I noticed in this dream that the angels and which is the watcher, the angels were supposed to watch over us, right? They were living with among us, but they separate themselves from us because they can't deal. Yeah, if you are walking with God and you practice righteousness, and if you having to deal with somebody lawlessness, it's hard to argue with them because they don't make sense. Okay, they don't have common sense. Okay, let's just put it that way. So that's why these white separate themselves from this part because their evil is so like wicked and nobody can deal with evilness, right? Stealing, killing, raping, whatever, right? We want to get away from that. So I understand that these white angels want to get away from this. We want to get away from this group, which is humanity, right? And then so within this group, I was trying to evangelize and then have faith in God, and out of this light, the light, the angels or the ones that are in heaven, right? This one, Lucifer, right here, Lucifer or Satan, he was evil. He cursed the crap out of me, even though he was born in a good environment without sin. In his soul, in his heart, deep within himself, pure evil. It's just within him. It's just who he is. Pure evil. Okay? He started cursing at me and just all sorts of evilness, negative at me. Not against these people, but at me. I don't know why. I had no clue why. Maybe he was annoyed. It seemed like he was annoyed. That's why he started cussing and being all bitterness and evil, whatever. Because he was annoyed with humanity for some reason, right? Especially this group, which is me. Okay? The small elect, the called and chosen, right? And then so in this dream I was a mouse. I was a mouse. The lowest crummy, okay, I was portrayed as a mouse, the lowest, dirtiest, just like filthiest animal in this world, right? Or one of the filthy, just negligent, it's just like nobody care about it. It's just so small, it's just nothing, right? And so I saw the rapture. Supposedly a portal open up. I knew that was Jesus dash Moses dash Noah. Okay, it's exactly Jesus dash Noah. Like the portal was opening up. I was a mouse running real fast, running on a thin line like a electric pole. I was running with balance. I got it together. Like just how I was pondering like how the heck does all these animals know where to go when time came onto the Noah boat. In this dream, I was portrayed as this mouse, right? I was lured to this Noah boat, this rapture, right? When it was time. So I believe God is telling me this is a time. I don't know if there's 7 days or whatever from this dream. I don't know. Or whatever, but this is a time God's luring his children into the ark. Okay? So the people, okay, so what happened was after I was a little mouse and I was this small, remember, Lucifer was somebody great in heaven, okay? You had the darkness that's even darker than this side. But me being somebody very low in this society, when the rapture took place, I was transformed into this man of authority, Jesus being the judge, and I was an attorney. I was fighting for the people, okay? And I was like dressed real good. It was like a supernatural transformation into this mouse, into this man of authority that was standing for the people, okay? And so, if you read in the Noah, they paired male and female. And so, God's going to send, the two witness, right? So what happened was there was if you read I pay attention, a lot of detail, right? Noah would have male and female of all kinds, right? Clean and unclean. And there would be a certain group of animal that would be for food, okay? So there would be a man, clean and unclean, male and female. And then there was a group that was going to be basically killed for food. Okay, so that's the three group that I was talking about in my dream, you guys. The first group was the clean one, the unclean one, okay, the wise and the foolish, and then the other one was going to be a sacrifice, okay, for food. So I don't know I don't know. It is the three group. I don't know. You can figure it out. But all I knew was God was saying that you can be somebody very small and nothing in this world, but be something great in heaven. Okay? If you depend on God, doing what God asks, you can be somebody just like a little mouse. And then you become somebody great. And then so this one will basically come over here and be captains of this one, right? And this one is going to come over here and be captains of this one. So where they're right. So this one he's so evil, he's going to rule all of evilness. And the white one, it's going to be basically kings and priests under God. Okay? Why do I say they're going to even have more authority than some of the angels up in heaven? Okay? What I had to understand was God's going to put a lot of authority in our hands. God said, come in, you're inhabited this from the beginning or whatever. So I had a lot of dream that the evil was in my hand, the good was in my hand. We were basically we looked up to God for everything we do. So in this dream I was placed, many dreams, I was placed in authority. Like I was somebody just very low. I was asked to be humble and humility all the time. God will pull you up. Okay, you don't exalt yourself. God will pull you up. And all these people want to be in my spot, but they don't have it. Okay, they don't have the rights to be in my spot, right? And everybody wanted of all religion want where I have, but that authority was given into my hand. I was like, okay, sure, whatever. Like I took lightly of it. I wasn't like them trying to kill each other for my position, right? Because I saw what they didn't see, the fine line that separate God from us. And I always look up. They always want to be God. They always want to be, everybody want to be greater than this one. This one want to be greater than that one. And they always trying to rob everything. And we all, but the thing is, what separates me from them is, I'm not fighting for this. I look up towards God, where they don't look up toward God. They want to be God. They want to be their own whatever, right? So that's why God sent me, because I would look up to him for all solution, all problem, or whatever, right? All understanding. So I noticed there's a fine line right there. Nobody passes. Nobody can be God. Only God is God, right? And so I had understanding multiple dreams in this one other particular dream, right? That there was the tree. I believe there was a tree of the forbidden tree, the tree of I call it sexual immorality. Is like it knowledge of good and evil, right? And I was taught a lot about this tree, and the fact that what God teach us, what we go through being born in this state, we've learned, we have seen it, we lived it. But coming out, our soul, we came out of it, our soul not tinted, right? Not blackened because of this environment. But these angels have never ever seen evil or wickedness or whatever, so they don't really have experience like we do, right? At least the ones that are kings and priests unto God, the wise virgin, right? So that's getting raptured up in the first harvest. So they were in charge of this white group, while this evil one was in charge of this wicked group. But we was trying to get more of this one to come into the light, right? But yeah, that was my interesting dream about this yin yang. I was like, man, that dream was like totally God and totally yin yang, and and so God was saying that don't just look at your status, okay? God is checking about the heart, okay? You can be the lowest and be great, but you can be the greatest and be the shittiest, okay? Be the evilest, okay? So it's like swap side. So it's like, so that's why it's like yin yang, and I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. All I'm saying, if you trust in God, follow God, you gonna be great, okay? That's all I'm trying to tell you. It doesn't matter who you are, how, sinful or filthy you are, God can clean you up and make you great. Trust and have faith in God, initial step of faith by jumping through the window. Now, I'm not saying you literally jump through the window, but do the step of faith. Okay, and one of the things God says, sell all your riches, pick up the cross, and follow me. Okay, that's the first step of faith. If you're not doing this, or any time in your life to do that, there's many types of step of faith, right? You can like stop drinking medicine and pray with faith, right? Step of faith, and God will heal you. You have to, if you don't have any things to show in heaven, beheaded would be your step of faith. So you got to have the step of faith.